Bro, I don't know what it is about going to NFC South stadiums, but, bro, Stafford is not going to want to go there ever again.
Down and goal. Floated. Robinson, touchdown, Atlanta. A handoff for the plays made in the backfield. Khalid Kareem. Awfully good.
Picked off. Intercepted by Bates. It was high from upfield.
Bates. Pick six. That was a 61-yard. Flags on the play. The ball is intercepted.
Off the right side, breaks free. Bijan Robinson spinning down the sideline. Still going. Can they catch him? They cannot. Touchdown, Falcons.
Here's Robinson, right side. Won't get their touchdown, Atlanta. 4th down and 6. Stafford steps up and completes. He's got Smith. Second kicker of the year for the Rams, and he's only missed first half. Breaks the tackle, and there he goes. Down inside the 41.
Is going to need it, and they will have earned it.
Stafford's got a man. He's got a touchdown. The rookie Ferguson blocked. And that was big Jared Verse. He's gone. He waved to the Falcons bench on his way for the touchdown. Quick throw, and it's picked off. Intercepted by Watts, his second of the night. And the rookie with blocking, tiptoeing. In the red zone trying to score touchdowns. How about Nakua? He says, not anymore. He got it. Split the upright. Stafford. Xavier Smith, what a chance that was. And Stafford can't believe aired out. Tutu Atwell has it hit off his hands.
But the second time he holds the left arm down right when he's trying to make the catch, that's a pass.
They got to go to the sideline now. It's Nakua. He grabbed it. Was it a catch?
They're right here.
Watch the ball come out right there.
The ball carrier and the defender.
Down the sideline, and it's broken up by Terrell. No time left on the clock.
And with that, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to the Fun Reel. Please like and subscribe. Hope you guys saw that Rams and Falcons Monday Nighter. It was arguably one of the better finishes we've seen on a Monday Nighter this season. It was an absolutely wild game, even though realistically the actual implications of these games, I mean, really it was actually a lot of implications that, again, one of them no one's talking about. But biggest one that I guess has no relevance to the actual playoff picture was the fact that, again, Stafford basically, again, as the thumbnail might suggest, he threw away the MVP in this game. I mean, he did. I mean, like, you can't have this game. I mean, I'm going to tell you guys, Drake May played against a bunch of trash cans this season, and he's going to win MVP. I mean, guys, NFL, do what you want, I guess, but, like, you got to be kidding me. Also, guys, he just played against the freaking Jets, who aren't a real NFL team. We'll talk about them in the power rankings tomorrow. Also, remember that the Raiders beat the Patriots at Gillette? Like, I still don't know how people don't remember that. Like, it happened, so, I mean, like, I'm just saying. Anyway, though, the Falcons were able to upset the Rams this one, 27-24, continue to tank their draft pick, as, again, the Rams have that. So, again, potential top 10 pick to now, I don't even know what this is going to be. Maybe like 15, 16, maybe even better if they take care of the Saints next week. Again, biggest thing, though, about this game that actually had the real relevant playoff implications, we'll talk about the Rams thing in a second, but for this Falcons team, again, honestly, the biggest takeaway I have from this game for them is the fact that this is a team that is going to be in the playoffs, and they're by a decent margin, I think, the best team in this division, like, especially with what they've shown in this one. But still, Falcons, with their win, now put themselves in a position where they can, that this Panthers and Bucs game that kicks off Week 18 on Saturday might not mean that. Again, if the Panthers win, they're in the playoffs. We know that. But if the Bucs win, that game doesn't really mean a lot because all the Falcons need to do is win, and then the Panthers are in the playoffs. Just remember that. The way that the Panthers can get in the playoffs is winning in, or if they lose to the Bucs, just have the Falcons win, which means the Bucs have to win on Saturday at home, and they also need the Falcons to win against or fall to the Saints in Week 18, which I don't know is going to happen. That's actually a pretty interesting matchup with both those teams on win streaks. Again, Falcons are 4-9. They got demolished by the Seahawks, which kind of tells you again the state of again these matchups, the common opponent matchups. It really doesn't again kind of tell you where the teams compare. Rams lost by got screwed out of a win last week in Seattle. Insane loss to Seattle last week in Seattle, and then the Seattle just absolutely mauls the Falcons in the second half on the road a couple weeks ago. But then again, that Falcons team is not this Falcons team. They've won 3 straight since that game. Next week though, they'll try to end the Bucs season next week with a win against the Saints. Again, very bizarre scenario there for the NFC South. But in this game, for the Rams and what I saw in this one, first things first, Stafford had by far his worst game of the season. It just wasn't his game. Honestly, probably think his worst game since Week 3. At least in Week 3, though, he still made some of the throws, put themselves in position to win. This game, it just didn't happen, guys. He threw 2 picks in the first half, threw a horrible pick on the last drive. You literally, on that, the third pick he threw, that should have just gone to Puka Nacua there. I don't really know what the hell he was trying to do there. But again, Rams' second straight loss. They've lost 3 out of their last 5. There's a lot of good things we'll get to with Stafford in terms of the milestones he broke in this game, or records he broke and milestones he set in this game. But the Rams lost 3 out of the last 5. Stafford's thrown 6 picks in that stretch. Again, 5 of them have come in 2 games. So I mean that's part of the reason why I'm not going to act like he's been horrible over this stretch. But that's really the reason he's not MVP, guys. Because let's be honest, if Stafford just played a normal game for himself in this game, 300 yards, 3 touchdowns. Again, this wouldn't even be a thing. But he had his worst game this season. I think that throw to Xavier Smith might have been the worst miss of any quarterback this season. I mean, freaking anyone could have hit. I mean, it was a deep pass, yes, but he just needed to loft that out there for him. Put a little bit too much on. I mean, that was the freaking game right there. I mean, again, everyone's gonna talk about the Tutu Atwell pass interference, which is again well warranted. A lot of the mistakes Stafford made in this game as well. Again, that interception, he just shouldn't even throw that ball even close to where Constance Munfield was because it was in a tight zone. But what I was saying is, that throw to Xavier Smith where he was wide open on that again crazy sequence in this game. I mean, it's very simple, guys. That should have been a touchdown. That should have walked the game off. That should have seen the Falcons have flashbacks to 28-3. But again, it just didn't happen because he missed that throw. It wasn't his night, and again, it's just not going to be a season for MVP because again, Drake May is going to win it. I don't think he should win it. He doesn't deserve to win it. Stafford's been way better than him this season. Stafford hasn't lost the freaking Raiders at home. But yeah, again, it's BS that'll win MVP, but again, that's what the NFL wants. That's what everyone's gonna pick him to win. So you just gotta roll with that. But yeah, and Stafford, he didn't do himself any favors in this game with his performance. But he still passed Ben Roethlisberger with the 6th most passing yards in Rams history. I think he throws for 500 yards next Sunday, which I think the Rams are gonna. I'm going to assume they're going to start their guys because I don't think they want to go in the playoffs on a 3-game losing streak. Even then, I think their backups could probably still beat Arizona. But anyway. Yeah, Jimmy G. But still, Stafford, first 3-interception game, if I'm not mistaken, since maybe 2023 to 2022 to open the season. I'm probably wrong on that, but that might be right. And then obviously, but again, the 2 touchdowns he threw, he's now thrown 42 this season, which again leads the league by a mile. Again, that breaks the Rams' passing touchdown record that he tied with Kurt Warner. Also breaks his career single season touchdown record, or career high in touchdowns. So again, good for Matt Stafford at least doing that. But yeah, this game was brutal. Again, the Falcons went up 21-0 at the half. The fact the Rams made it this close was again crazy. But at the same time, I mean, you guys saw it. The Falcons are masters of choking leads. And again, the Rams they were the much better. They're just a better team. They're again, like I was saying, pound for pound, they're the best team in the league. But again, you just can't have this happen in this game. And guys, let's be honest. The Falcons probably should be in the playoffs right now. They're a very pretty talented team. Again, it's just the fact they made a lot of mistakes and their coaching isn't good. So yeah. But again, this game was brutal. Again, but they did deserve to lose, to be honest with you guys. The Rams did get outplayed in this one overall. But other than that, you guys look at Kyren Williams. Only got 13 carries in this game. But to be honest, guys, the Rams didn't really run the ball really well at all. I mean, he got stuffed. He gave me flashbacks to that Week 5 game when he got stuffed against the Niners on that 4th down. But again, he didn't really get much going early. He had, again, big second half. But I mean, again, the Rams didn't establish a run early. That's part of the reason this offense didn't put up a single point in the first half. Again, this is one of the worst offensive games the Rams had this season. And you might think that's crazy because they scored 24 points. But trust me. Other than that, for the running game, Ryan Rivers was okay. I'm going to talk about Gigi Humphries in a second. But for the receiving game, Xavier Smith, again, he's a really good player, at least from what we've seen, again, especially in this game. He had a huge 36-yard conversion. He, again, was wide open on that throw that Stafford missed on that last drive. Terrence Ferguson's wide open every single snap. They have to start utilizing him even more than they have been. He is their best tight end in terms of receiving threat. Get him the ball. This is a guy who could turn into a really freaking good player. Colton Parkinson was very consistent, very solid blocker. Davis Allen didn't really get involved. I was a little bit disappointed about that. Tutu Atwell, why aren't they using him? I really don't know. Jordan Whittington isn't being used either, even though he's probably their most competent receiver, again, when they had him in this game. Also, people saying about Devontae Adams, don't play him until the playoffs, guys. That's when it really matters. Again, this Rams team right now, oh yeah, we'll talk about their playoff things right now. I'll get back to DJ Humphries too. But for the Rams, they're the 6th seed right now. If the Niners lose and the Rams win on Niners lose, my bad. The Niners win on Saturday. The Rams don't have to have anything to play for on Sunday. I still think they should play their starters though, even though they're still obviously banged up. It's just because again, I would not want the Rams going to the playoffs again with the way they played the past 2 weeks. It's just that simple. But obviously we'll see what actually happens there. Again, we have no idea who they're going to play. They could play anywhere. There's 4 teams technically they could play: Bears, Eagles, Panthers, and Bucks. They're gonna beat any of those who they play, so I'm not really I don't really care about that. But you guys can see if Seattle wins on Saturday, if the Niners win on Saturday, the Rams game doesn't matter on Sunday. They're locked in at 16. But if the Niners lose, the Rams win on Sunday, they would now have tiebreakers. Both teams be 4-2 in the division. The Rams have the next tiebreaker procedure after that, so that means the Rams would be the 5 seed, and they would play whoever again sorts themselves out there. But as you guys saw, they didn't really do themselves any favors. That's why I said if they were going to lose this game, it wasn't the end of the world. But again, definitely you don't want to lose this game for sure. But as you guys saw, offensive line had their issues. Warren McClendon was phenomenal off the edge. I mean, yeah, again, James Pierce didn't have much of a game in this one, but TJ Humphries might have played the worst left tackle performance came by Rams since maybe Joseph Nobin back in 2022. It's been a while. Again, he gave me flashbacks to Bobby Evans, who, if you don't know who Bobby Evans was, he was a Rams right guard for, I think, 5 games in 2022 when everyone was injured there. That was, Bobby Evans was just a scrub. But, I mean, yeah, DJ Humphries had a rough game. On top of that, though, you look at, again, that was probably DJ Humphries, the left tackle for the Rams in this game, because Alec Jackson, their franchise left tackle, was out. But again, that was probably the worst offensive line performance I've seen from the Rams Rams offensive lineman since James Hudson for the Giants back in week 2 had 4 penalties and then got cut at the halftime against the Cowboys in that game. So again, that was just hilarious, that game. But that's really what it reminded me of. For this defense, they really didn't play that bad. Again, they didn't get a sack, which is insane. I mean, guys, again, let's be honest. Kirk Cousins is a statue. Back to the fact they didn't get a sack was really bad. I will say, though, the secondary really did a good job in this game. And Emmanuel Forbes, despite not really being as aggressive or as, again, anticipative as reactionary as he usually is, he still had a decent game. Again, the fact they didn't have Quentin Lake was a huge issue. Obviously, it's been a big issue. This defense has not been the same since he got injured. Also, again, without Josh Wallace, who's a really very valuable rotational guy, it was really hard to see What was he? It wasn't even Roger McCreary. So I forgot who it was in there. I think it was Jalen McCullough in the slot, again, as the star player. It's just really hard to be able to win games because the run fits were all off. Cam Kitchens wasn't able to do what he usually does. Nate Landman was still good. He blitzed, I think, too much, though. Omar Spates was good against the run. Speaking of that, guys, the Rams, everyone's going to talk about, they can't stop the run. Last week's run again by Kenneth Walker, that's one thing. I think that was a big issue. Again, I think they did a decent job with it after that run. But again, you see Bijan Robinson, that's just not going to happen the rest of the season. Again, this is really the only game that would happen. And also, people got to realize that there's a reason Bijan Robinson's the best running back in the NFL. He's going to do that to teams. Yeah, that's what I'll say on that. Cam Curl, though, I mean, he was okay, I guess. I didn't really love his coverage in this game. Jared Verse got 4 pressures. He's got to get a sack there. Kobe Turner was the closest to getting a sack in this game, though. They still got a lot of pressure, which I think is fair to say. Roger Curry, bro, be faster. And I don't know. Kobe Durant wasn't out there a ton, which I wasn't, again, too mad about. Akello Witherspoon, again, this team's better when he's on the field. I think he only got 50-something% of the snaps, but again, he's their best corner overall. Get him on the field. Obviously, Minnesota Forbes will be in that in the future, but again, this defense, which was a huge loss in the other NFC South loss to the Panthers, was not the issue in this game in a lot of ways. Still, I think they could have done a better job in this game, could have forced a turnover too. We're not going to act like the Falcons' offense is a juggernaut. For the Falcons, though, hats off to them, guys. They just outplayed the Rams in this one overall. Kirk Cousins really didn't do a lot, but he didn't really need to make the big mistakes. That's all you're going to ask from him. Bijan carried the load. He had the franchise record 93-yard touchdown. Realistically, again, that's not going to happen very often, but the fact it happened in this game, great for him. He has been the best running back in football this year. He is the best running back in football. Tyler Algier, again, he got a bunch of crappy carries at the end of the game there, but he didn't play bad. Also, he's never fumbled in his career, which I think is pretty cool. Our receiver, I mean, no one really got much done. I mean, Kyle Pitts, I guess he was out there. He's a really good tight end this season. Again, a bit much better than he's been in the past couple years. Drake London really didn't get much action in this game. They didn't really pass the ball, so you can't really get too crazy on this. But again, hats off to Bijan in this game. He went off. Again, he also had another big run. Again, look at that last drive. The Rams just couldn't stop him there. Defensively, I don't even know what to start with. Xavier Watts has been just an absolutely big time playmaker. He's gotten burned a lot this year, I'll tell you that. But again, you can kind of take it with the playmaking he's done this year as a rookie. Jesse Bates pick 6. I mean, he's one of the best safeties in the league. What are you going to expect there? Divine Diablo, again, really his athleticism really spurred this defense recently. AJ Terrell, so underrated. Again, locked up Puka for most of this game. I do think he got a little bit of assistance though from D. Alford in this game because they were kind of bouncing off each other in this one. CJ Henderson, who kind of forgot existed, he was really good in this game too. I will say the D line is again, they did get a lot of pressure. I mean, they just absolutely exposed DJ Humphries, yes, but I think some of their pressure was a little bit inconsistent, to be honest with you guys. Still a great game from them. I mean, like Leonard Floyd dominated, but especially for a guy like Deon Walker, I think consistent pressure was definitely a little bit lackluster in this game. But still, they shut down that Rams offense the first half. I mean, again, forced 3 picks, like good job. Rams still had 360 yards of offense, but again, they should have had more. The Falcons, though, the biggest thing for them was, again, they really didn't make the game-losing mistakes in this one. Rams, 1 of 3 in the red zone, that was a big issue. 5-13 on third down, wasn't actually too bad. Again, going 1 of 4 on fourth down, that's also an issue. But, again, at the end of the day, guys, again, the Rams, Stafford had 3 turnovers against the Falcons and Panthers this year on the road. Those are the reasons they've lost games. Those 2 games, which is just insane to think about. Everyone's crapping on the NFC South for good reason, but when the Rams have played them, that has not been the story. That's all I have for you guys here, though. I was very disappointed with this loss. Again, the fact that we made a comeback, though, and the fact the Rams haven't really lost any game by less than on the last play of the game. That tells you where they're at this season. But another brutal loss for the Rams. Back-to-back losses. Have lost 3 out of the last 5. Again, I'll see y'all for the power rankings tomorrow. But again, Happy New Year, because again, that's coming up pretty soon.